What's up, everybody? My name's a Slinky here, and today, guys, we got the 23.0.3 patch. Guys, today I'm a little bit disappointed with my game mode, but we are going to go through all the notes that are happening with Hearthstone's Standard, Wild, and Battlegrounds. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. We'll get this started off with just some Hearthstone changes or some card changes in Standard. Kazakhstan, his battle cry changes from if all means in your deck are dragons to if you've played 4 dragons. I don't know if this is like a buff in my opinion, because even though it's you need a specific dragon deck, um playing 4 dragons by turn 8 is also very easy to do. So yeah, I'm not really sure if this is like a great addition, because Kazakhstan, you specifically had to have dragons. Obviously, I guess dragon stuff was all over the place, and we all know Kazakhstan was powerful. But yeah, this might be a buff in my opinion instead of a nerf. Miracle Growth. A lot of people have not been too happy with this card, and it goes up to 8. And it's still pretty insane just because you're able to draw 3 cards. And cards like these back in the day, like, would be like, you would dream of this. These are the kind of things you dreamed of. Unfortunately, nowadays, like, we just, you know. But yeah, Miracle Growth from 17 will slow it down a little bit. Not sure how slower it'll actually be, but it will be slowed down a little bit. Secure the Supplies is getting nerfed. It's the 3rd quest line of the Pirate quest and of the Warrior quest. And yeah, like, this was already good at 2. Like, it was already insane. And this was actually, I think this is one of the few cards in Hearthstone where it's been nerfed twice or more. This might have been nerfed 3 times if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this has been nerfed, and now it's 3-3-3 instead of 3-3-2. Puffer Fist. It is now a 3-3 instead of a 3-4. That's probably a good nerf, honestly, because this card looks already insane. Alright, now we have a ban. We have a ban in Wild with Switcheroo. This was obviously, there were several cards in this kind of era where being able to just draw cards and then swap their stats and then duplicate it. This is obviously insane in Wild. There's an obvious reason why this is banned. Now this is just swap their health instead of the stats entirely. A lot of people don't really understand why this is banned. This is actually really bonkers. Meme combos actually became a lot more consistent with Switcheroo and Wild. So yeah, Switcheroo is good, and I'm actually really happy this got banned. Yeah, this is a really, really relevant change, and I know, again, a lot of people are not too happy with this one in Wild, but it needed to get banned. Klatos is now 1 instead of 0. This should have always been 2. This should have never been 1. This is already absurd. Yeah, like, Kael'thas is already really good, but at least you have to pay mana. The difference is this still needs to be 2, in my opinion. That's how I would nerf it. Just make sure the card doesn't get played for a while. The card is already insane. Alright, and then those changes will be eligible to be full dust refunds until May 12th. So those of you who play Standard or Wild, yeah, good for you guys. We're getting some nerfs. Alright, Battlegrounds changes. Eni Storm Coil. Now it's 12. After 12 friendly minions die, get a random mech. This is actually, I don't know how much of a change this really is. This is already really hard to do, and it seemed like this was already fringe good, based on what I've heard. But this looks like it's gonna really hurt. This is like a Ragnaros nerf back in the day of when it went from 15 to 20, or from like, it was like 12 or something, 13 to 20, and people were all going nuts so about it, how it was or it went from 20 to 25, and people were like, oh, this is so bad, this makes it completely unplayable. Yeah, I don't think Eni got any. I think people are gonna feel the same about Eni Storm Coil. One of those, it's just one of these nerfs that, they just want to make sure it's not severely overpowered. I don't really see how 12 friendly, like, it's every 12 friendly minions. Um, Instead of getting one random mech, they should have given it two. So, like, you wait a little bit longer on it, but then you at least get a little bit of extra value, either gold or, your tribe. So I'm happy that this is nerfed, but they needed to do something more than just one for one. Like they could have. This is just sadly very lazy design and lazy nerfing, just based on this hero. I'm not really too happy about that uh, at all. But yeah, we have the next one, Vardan Dongrass Buddy. It's now a 3-6 instead of a 3-5. That's really the difference. This is already really good. We all know that. And then minion changes. This is one I actually want to talk about since I am familiar with this card. SI7. So instead of 3, it's now 4 for the Avenge. This is actually a very relevant nerf, as the Avenge has been problematic forever, and just being able to avenge 3 has been like pretty good. You just kill 3. You just get 3 taunts in the way of like poisons or something, and then the next thing's poison. This now makes it that you would now have to actually kill minions on your board to get a reward. This is actually a really good nerf in my own opinion. A lot of people will not be happy with this. My own opinion is I am happy with this because I'm just tired of just free poison every single game. That's my own opinion. I'm tired of SI7. Like, I'm just happy to see this. Avenge 3 I also felt like was too easy to do, so it makes it at least a little bit more. You have to think about SI7 as more of a longer game than just, in 2 turns, you have, 5 poisons instead of 3. That is very relevant and will change games, and I'm actually very happy about that. Again, a lot of people will not be too happy about this change. Cold Light Seer is now Tavern Tier 4. I really don't understand why this is Tavern Tier 4. Um, and this is only +2 health. Like, I get it, but this doesn't really make much sense. And I get it that the early game is kind of there, and Murlocs in the early game are powerful, but, like, there's no reason to, have this happen. Like, I don't really get it. I think this is a terrible change. Just keep it at 3. Like, I don't know. I think this was a bad change overall. All right, and then Baby Crush. A lot of people don't like this one either. Um, just I also don't know how like the attack thing. I'm not sure if it's bugged or not, or if that's completely intended as Baby Crush works, because it just attacks and then it completely stops attacking. Like, um, I mean, obviously it attacks first. The 8-8 attacks first, but then Baby Crush doesn't attack at all. I feel like that's a bug. I'm not sure if that is a bug or not. But yeah, Baby Crush is still very powerful, and these stat changes will not change how this is played. This is a very powerful card. All right, and unfortunately, I don't really know too much about duels, so I'm going to kind of skip all this. Sorry, those who like duels, I really don't know what's going on there. And then bug fixes and improvements. And I'm actually really sad. Now I get to talk about my game mode. I'm a Mercenaries player, and obviously they had told us what was going on, that, Mercenaries is going to get its own update, etc., etc., etc. But I would have liked to see at least a couple of changes. A lot of people are not too happy with how the Trigor meta is going in Mercenaries at this time, and this is like a really bad thing for the game, as no updates at all towards, like, no bug fixes, no nothing. This is a really bad thing for Mercenaries players. We really hope that we can get more updates as of this time period. And the fact that these other 3 modes are getting this kind of love that we aren't is really a problem, as we are out there and we're trying to be like, hey Blizzard, like, we need something, to do with updates. Like, we want to have our own update, and I'm glad we're having our own update, but can we not at least have bug fixes, or like performance improvements, because both of those would be extremely helpful for us as Mercenaries players. I'm really not happy with um, the try. I personally am okay with Trigor. I like that beasts are a thing, and obviously it's been out 2 weeks, and I know that it's been kind of a little messy, and but the thing about it is the meta is already kind of where it is, and I'd like to see a little bit of changes, if not like a nerf to something, or like a very small change to like a mercenary that's just totally unplayable. These are things that we actually need as mercenaries players, and we just continue to be ignored. This is not good in my opinion, and it will hurt the health of the Mercenaries game mode for the next probably month. And like this is not good. I know a lot of you guys are like, well, we're getting changes, and like Standard is getting some problematic cards done. Battlegrounds is getting at least a different change to a hero. Like, can we not have at least a small buff to like one of the mercenaries? That's my opinion on how I feel about Mercenaries. I love the game mode, but I am not happy that Blizzard just gave us Zippo on this one, as this has already been very kind of problematic. Trigor and Valera and Frost. That's kind of the meta right now. If you're at the high ranks, that's a serious thing to know you're playing against the same stuff, and eventually we'll find something different. But like the normal stuff nowadays is kind of terrible and very tiresome for those who are trying to grind. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and Blizzard, if you find this video, so like please give like a statement or something in a comment, because like I'd love to hear where you guys are coming from. I'm gonna jump on Twitter here right after this video is up and like try to go to a Blizzard developer and be like, hey, why didn't we get any? Because we are a part of Hearthstone's community as well. So all right, guys, I'll end the video here. This has been Slinky. Have a great day, everybody.